You know, we've been griddle cooking for a really long time, and one of the things I love about griddle cooking and having a YouTube channel is you learn a lot of tips and tricks along the way that just make life better. And today, we want to share some of the tips we've learned for a better griddle breakfast.
And along the way, we're gonna make this amazing omelet sandwich at the same time. Why
not knock that one out? You want to see how we knock this out and share some of the tips we've learned along the way with you? Stick around while we dig in. So we are here once again, and Brett,
Adam, you're super excited for this
super
one.
excited for this one. And this one is very simple. You know, we actually had been looking for ways to share some of the tricks we've learned, specifically to griddle cooking breakfast, that may help you if you're brand new to griddle cooking or you're a professional, but you're like, hey, you know what, maybe I'll learn a thing or two. These tips may help you, they may not, that's okay. We just needed another excuse to come out and cook breakfast. And we've done omelets.
Yes, we have. We've done breakfast sandwiches.
And we've done breakfast sandwiches. We've never put them together, and it sounds silly, sounds simple.
Never even heard about it until we thought of it, and then you look it up and it turns out
it's a thing. And sometimes we're like, hey, did we just come up with this?
No, not even close. All right,
not even close. There's lots of them, but break into the groceries.
Here we go with the groceries. We've got eggs, we've got bacon, we've got onions, these cherry tomatoes, by the way. The owner of the radio station I work at, these came from his garden. He loves growing tomatoes, and he gave these to me. Excited about that. We got these Nature's Own thick cut bread that we'll be placing the omelet on. Did I mention eggs? I think I did. I hope I did. And 2 cheeses. Sharp cheddar, and we're using American cheese.
Yeah, so we really want this kind of a melty, gooey, and American cheese always pairs well, especially when you're trying to get some good melting cheese. Sharp cheddar across the top, and this avocado that we're going to actually, we're gonna swap out for some guacamole because we have some guacamole.
Easier to spread. It saves the avocado for another, and everything but the bagel seasoning.
Thank you, my dude. I was just gonna say that's what got me so excited about this. You know, we could keep talking about it, or just get to the griddle and start talking about these tips.
Cool.
Let's get to it.
So,
all right, Brett, so we got our first tip, which is, we just got these eggs. We got 4 eggs in here, but do we have milk or anything in there?
No, we don't. And this is a big tip. Tip number 1, first of all, if you want to scramble eggs, scramble them up in a bowl beforehand, whip them with a fork or a whisk, and no milk. Just salt and pepper, very simple.
Now you can put cream and milk, anything else you like, but we have found this actually is our favorite way and the best way, in our opinion, to do eggs, especially for an omelet. So there we go, and we're gonna get that ready and set it aside so we can get to tip number 2 here,
which is bacon.
Bacon. So Brett came out first thing and started this griddle right up, and I reminded him, what did I remind you?
That in order to get the best bacon, you wanna start it on a cool surface, because if you put it on a hot surface too quick, it is going to curl up.
Yes, so we definitely want to do that. So Brett, go ahead and get the bacon going. Man Kitchen Recipes gave us this tip a long time ago. Love Kevin. Little shout out to Kevin from Man Kitchen Recipes for teaching us. So we hear a slight sizzle, but not a lot of sizzle because the griddle was on. We turned it off, and as soon as Brett lays this down, we can actually go ahead and get it turned back on. But this will keep it from curling up too much on the griddle. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up these burners. Woo, you hear the roar of that engine?
Oh, it's ready to go, man.
Let's see if we got some flames all the way across. Yes, sir. Or ma'am. All right. We'll get this cooked up and we'll show you kind of the results as we get through, but see, it's gonna curl a little bit, but not as much. But that's also where your press is gonna come in handy, should you need it. But great tip. Thank you, Kevin from Man Kitchen Recipes.
All right,
so we've got the bacon on. Brett is flipping
decided it wanted to be 2 pieces of bacon.
Apparently. Real quick, as you can see, it curled up just a little bit, but we didn't get the big time shrivel, the big time curling. So yeah, so this gave us these nice strips of bacon. So we've used this tip. And like we said, sometimes we've already had the griddle started, so all we do is we just get our press, if needed, and kind of lay it on as if we need to. But here we go, so we'll get the bacon finished cooking up, and we'll get to the next step in our omelet making process and our next tip. Brett is gathering his bacon children.
Bacon children.
The griddle. He's got to drip that off. That'll finish dripping on the side there.
Paper towel right there.
All right, so this may be a tip or not. This seems really silly. Forever, when I was coming out and I would butter my bread, Brett, I would make sure that the butter would get soft enough to do that. But we just pulled this butter out of the fridge, so it's not super soft. So a tip that we've used, and we'll keep a stick of butter like this that we'll use just for the griddle for such purposes. But Brett, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna butter the griddle instead of the bread.
Or we could just cut off little pieces of it and drop it on. But this is how we like to get our griddle ready for buttered toasting. So, I'm gonna set my toast right there, right there.
Your bread, it's not toast yet, Adam.
Oh, touche, my guy, touche. So we'll set that there, and then what we can do if we want to toast both sides, which we will, we'll lift it and then we'll butter the other side.
Correct.
There you go. And by the way, since the griddle's on and a little hot now, this won't take too long to toast. See that? We're already there. We're gonna give it about another 30 seconds, and then we'll lay more butter. So that one's ready to go. So we're gonna toast right there. In fact, Brett, I would move the operation over to the right just a smidge.
It's off here, so I don't want
Okay, there you go. Get your next one. We'll toast that up. Nice. Nice. There we go. There we go. All right, the toast is ready. We got to talking and we almost overcooked it. There we go. There we go. All right, so we got our toast ready. What's the point in doing the eggs on low or when the griddle's off?
Because you can burn eggs very easy, very quickly. So you want them all the way low, and we always do eggs last because of how quick they cook. And of course, they're gonna stay hot, or they're gonna remain hot, obviously, and still be warm by the time you eat.
All right, so we've got these mixed up. We add a little salt and pepper to those, to our eggs, to give them a little flavor. So what I did is the griddle was hot even on low, so we turned off every other burner. We've only got this one and this one on because we want this low. So you see the butter is bubbling a little bit. We tried it before and it was really dense, and we're like, you know what? Let's lower the heat smidge on that.
And we want a slow pour.
It will run along the back edge, but we'll catch the eggs and we'll be good to go. There we go, little at a time. Oh man. And we said it before, we'll say it again.
If you buy a griddle,
ultimate griddle
for no other reason,
do it for eggs. All right, so we'll shape that up and then we can pull it off the direct heat if it gets too hot, and we'll go from there. All right, Brett, it's almost time to start getting those ingredients in there. It's a little wet, but otherwise we'll start prepping and getting things ready. So you want to cut that in half too? Because we're gonna have to do two omelettes. We got two nice, and these are gonna be little, we want these to fit on the bread. So we're going one slice of cheese here. We're gonna get some, we want onions in the raw, if you will. We want some raw onions right there.
And then raw tomatoes.
Raw, and these are the cherry tomatoes. And I gotta tell you, these are delicious.
Yes, they are.
And we'll put more on top too. So we're just putting a little bit in. Yep, getting some of that seasoning. This is everything but the bagel seasoning. We're gonna put a little inside. So now go ahead and flip that over. So our little omelet sandwiches. Nice. Woo-hoo-wee. These are pretty.
It's gonna fit perfectly on the bread.
So now we're gonna cheese them up on the outside. I meant to have Brett put some of the sharp inside. A little misunderstanding here, but that's okay. And then we're gonna get the cheese and now get some more ingredients. A little bit more of everything.
Okay.
Now, if you want to close the lid and let that steam up and melt that cheese?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. There you go. Brett, not gonna lie, I don't hate this.
I'm not mad at it.
Can't get mad at it. Bacon. Okay, starting to melt. Brett, party foul. What did we forget?
Bacon. How could, well, we didn't forget to make it, so that's good. So that's a plus.
So we're actually going to put it on the bottom slice of the bread.
Correct.
And then
we're
put the omelet on it.
So we're going to put the avocado or the guacamole on both slices of the bread, but avocado, then bacon, then egg, omelet rather, and then the top.
There we go. All right, so while that's going, let's go ahead and prep the bread. All right, so we might call this avocado toast, Brett.
I might as well at this point.
Well, but let's get the bacon on there. This will be the bottom layer playa. Get that bacon evenly spread out, or just jambalaya it on there. Okay. All right, starting to get some good melt on there. We're gonna go ahead and plate these up nice. There we go. All right, dude, those look supremely amazing.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and top them up. Let's cut them up, and then how about we eat them up?
Let's do that.
Well, there they are.
In all their delicious glory.
All of it.
All of it.
All of them.
My stars. A new thing?
Yep. Yes, absolutely. I'm super excited for this one. In fact, they cool down just enough. We're good to go ahead and start eating them. So Brett, without further ado, like we say, it can look amazing.
This looks like one of the best breakfast sandwiches ever. So to answer that question, yes, it looks amazing.
Like we say, it can smell amazing.
I actually didn't even ask that question, but can I get a smell? Yeah.
Smell, yeah, you can. But if this doesn't taste amazing, then this is all for naught.
Cheers.
I'll eat to that,
my brother.
Layers of flavors.
This is insane. You want to start your day off in a good mood? Make this. The bagel seasoning, the guacamole, the bacon, the butter toast.
Wow.
Cheese, onions, tomato.
Unbelievable. I'm not a fan of sharp cheddar.
It still goes so well.
Oh, okay. In all of this.
I thought it was all good. I was like, what?
Wow. I would have preferred a mild cheddar or just the American cheese for that creaminess.
Adam doesn't like flavor, is what he's saying.
I try. Sharp cheddar's a little bit too strong for me. I'm just, call me weak cheese. I don't know. Weak cheese sauce. I don't know.
It is. Weak cheese sauce. Your new nickname. T-shirts, weak cheese sauce. So good.
The plate shouldn't be this close by.
Yeah, that's right. I have patience.
You got to try an omelet sandwich just because, you know, this was so much fun and so good to make.
An omelet is good by itself. And so is a breakfast sandwich. But when you can put them together, oh my stars. The guacamole adds a good
it did good layer.
Exactly. So we were just going to do avocado. Like, we got this guacamole. Let's give
and
it
I could go either way, with the guac or just with avocado, and it would still be amazing. You know, so we hope these tips and tricks, these little tips helped you. If they did, or you just enjoyed the video, because, you know, this was a really good sandwich, make sure and give this video a thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. It's one way in which you can support us in what we do. Another way you can support us is by purchasing one of our 2 cookbooks, the Epic Outdoor Griddle Cookbook or
Smashed.
Both found on Amazon or anywhere books are sold. We're honored to have them out and to share 160 of our favorite recipes with you and to keep coming up with ones like this one.
Yes.
We love getting to come and do this.
So good. Yep, absolutely.
Aside from coming and knocking out bangers like this, the omelet, the cheesy omelet breakfast sandwich.
If that's what we're calling it, I'm cool.
Why else do we do this?
Because all we do is twin,
no matter what. And with that, we bid you adieu.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
And griddle on.